All right. Welcome back to Blake's Takes, everyone. As always with me.
Yeah, not as always anymore, you fuck.
We did have a Film Bros episode recently with special guests Emma, Jaden, and Berto. So if you did give that a listen and you liked it, thanks for listening. It's a fun idea that we had.
Yeah.
I don't know how we can get 5 people. If we had 5 people on there, Jesus Christ, that'd be a mess.
Nah, it'd be hard to keep the conversation straight.
It would. It was hard enough with 4 people.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, to be honest, when it was us with the Escape podcast, though, I was kind of surprised how well we kept the conversation. I thought the conversation was very well organized, but I think that's mainly due to them.
Absolutely.
They have like their whole setup.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They have like their structure, they also do it full time as well. So they know, okay, when this person's talking, let them talk, then you talk, then like everyone gets their own time to talk.
Yeah.
So you don't have all those audio tracks just going over each other.
You guys need to have like a little hacky sack and pass it around.
Right.
Like here's the talking.
Yeah. Cause Emma and Jaden, that was the first time on like any podcast thing. So
yeah.
And Berto, he's got films from Phantom Zone, so he knows what to do.
Yeah.
But yes, with me, my co-host Garrett. You're still co-host. Don't worry, baby.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But yeah, if you
don't forget it.
I'm not forgetting. But if you gave that episode a listen, thank you. If you haven't, go check it out. It's a fun time. It's a long one. But today, I feel like there's not too much going on in the industry right now. Still got the strikes going on with the writers, actors.
Yeah.
But I did want to talk about The Bear. I got you to start watching this show. I watched the first season I watched it back in April. I watched the first season back on the plane back to the US from Europe. And I mean, I binged the whole thing. Obviously, it's not too long, but
no, it's not.
Just an amazing season. And then season 2 came out this past summer. And so yeah, The Bear, a high energy, high anxiety restaurant show on Hulu.
Dude, this is one of the most stressful shows I've ever watched.
This is 100% like even more so than the fucking Breaking Bad's Better Call Saul. Like this show gives me the most anxiety out of any show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you haven't seen The Bear, it is just such like a realistic take on the restaurant industry. Our main character played by Jeremy Allen White, who plays Carmy Brazato. He's this award-winning Michelin star, award-winning chef.
And for those of you that's still not ringing a bell, he is Lip on Shameless.
Yes, he wasn't Shameless. And yeah, he plays this award-winning chef that comes back home to Chicago to help out his family's restaurant called The Beef or Original Beef.
The Beef.
Beef? Was it Original Beef?
It was like The Beef Original Chicago from Chicagoland, some shit like that.
But anyways, because Carmy's brother, played by Jon Bernthal, actually, Punisher.
Which we don't see him till later in some flashbacks.
Right, yeah, because he passes away, so he has to take over the family business.
He doesn't just pass away.
No,
but yeah, his brother, Mikey, kills himself, largely part to his addiction to pills.
Yeah, and that all ties in like with his family, that family relationships that they have in the show, mental health themes in the show as well. And he's got to take over this.
Or he doesn't have to, but he wants to.
He wants to.
He could have just sold this business, but his brother left him his restaurant, which was so odd to everybody involved because he wasn't expecting him to do that. He wouldn't let him work at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And he thought it was like he thought it was Mikey, his brother, trying to like kick him out. And, like he didn't want him to be a part of his life, but Mikey definitely had his own reasons for it. And I don't think it had anything to do with their relationship at all. It was all about his own personal shit.
Right. But I mean, yeah, as you would expect, he goes into this family business and it is just a fucking mess. You have his cousin, who they just call cousin.
Yeah,
Richie.
He's not related family wise at all, but
I
that's
thought
just
he is.
No, dude, he's just a friend of the family, and that's like an Italian thing. You just call him, hey cousin. They call each other cousin all the time.
Yeah.
It's like hey bro, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're all Italian, by the way. So
yes, very, very, very Italian family.
Yes. Played by Eben Moss Bachrach.
Yeah, I don't know if you're saying that right,
but I don't know either. But he was in Punisher.
He was in Punisher. So he's worked with Jon Bernthal before. And he's also in Andor.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
He's also in Andor. So honestly, I'm glad he's getting work. Like I like him as an actor.
No, he's great.
and he's getting like a lot of bigger roles lately.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
I think he's definitely becoming like a B-list actor.
And we'll dive deeper into characters and what we like and don't like about certain characters. But yeah, he's absolutely great in the show. And yeah, as you would expect going into this family business, it is just an absolute shit show. First season just ends on such a crazy note as well, but it is just like so anxiety inducing. Like, yeah, if you've worked in the service industry, you know, like tickets coming in, kitchen being a mess, like orders being behind, that kind of stuff, not having the proper ingredients, not, you know, ordering the proper shit.
If there's not a proper structure and there's not proper communication,
domino effect,
it's done. You're fucked.
Yeah.
There is no recovering.
And, you know, Carmen being a Michelin star award-winning chef.
Yes.
He brings in like this whole different mindset to this place, you know, calling everyone chef.
Yes.
And everyone doesn't buy into it at first.
No. But he's trying to create a respectable workplace where everybody has a mutual respect for each other.
Yeah.
Trying to put like a system in place. And obviously they're used to their chaotic ways, so they're not really buying into it first.
And some people like those chaotic ways.
Some people do.
Some people can function off of that.
Like Cousin.
Cuz. And know what's funny too is I know Raiders of the Lost podcast, I saw a tweet. They had been putting off watching that show as well because they worked in the service industry for 8 years. So I was like, all right, you know what? It's time after 8 years working in the service industry. Let's see what this show's about. Because when that first season came out, I remember everyone who was worked in the service industry watched that shit and was like, "Oh yeah, this is too relatable."
Yeah,
like they were on point with how the service industry works.
To be honest, no, they were very on point. To be honest, I think they go a little bit further. Like it's definitely, I think it's dramatized a little bit.
Yes, for sure.
Obviously for the show, but for the most part, spot on.
To be honest, like when it comes to those Michelin star restaurants, I don't think that's dramatized.
That part is spot on.
It is insane. Like it is hard to get a Michelin star as is. And you know, you have Carmy who's come from restaurants that has 3 Michelin stars.
Yeah.
That's fucking hard.
He didn't earn it, but he maintained it.
Right.
He maintained the 3 stars.
Like,
but yeah, that's fucking insane.
It's insane. When you get to that point in the service industry, like that's absolutely insane.
And it's so cool to see him like come to this like average run of the mill sandwich shop and try to instill some of the like those values into this sandwich shop.
Yeah. I don't know. The more I think about it, when I watch the show, and as you guys know who have been listening to this podcast for a while, like we have been in the industry, the service industry. I've been in it for 7 years now.
I think total I'm like at like 2.5 years because I was like a host for a little bit at another restaurant.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I know you forgot about that. But yeah, so we're very familiar with how it works.
Absolutely very familiar. And yeah, like the more I think about it, restaurants might be the hardest business to run.
It is. Dude, it's like one of the highest failing businesses.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And I mean, you see that all the time, you know, family-owned restaurants and what happened with COVID. Like, restaurants are such a risky business to open.
They are the worst investment you can make.
They are.
But if they work out, then you're
good.
set.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it is literally it is a system. It is a machine. Yeah. And you miss one part of that and you're screwed. Mm-hmm. You don't get your products in on time so you can have the food that you need. You're done.
Yep.
You don't have proper training for your customer service. People walk in, they're dealing with assholes.
Yep.
They don't want to come back. They're never coming back. So
there's so many things that go into it.
Your food has to taste good. People have to want to eat the food that you have to offer. Like it's just it's everything, bro.
Everything. Like, and it all starts as soon as you walk in the door. Okay, you get a good greeting from the host. Off to a good start. Go to your table. Get the service. Like, even with the kitchen, like as a server, the kitchen can affect you too. And that's why whenever the food comes out for me, I always try to make sure that it looks presentable. It's put nicely together because, you know, if they don't like their food, if it doesn't come out properly,
it reflects bad on you.
Yes, they're not going to want to tip on shitty food.
No. And honestly, I've made that mistake one time before. We have a very popular appetizer that has avocado in it, but sometimes it's dicey on whether that avocado is good or not.
Yeah.
And so you always want to double check, because I made the mistake one time. I served it because I always recommend this dish because it's really good. and I served it. And when I picked up the plate from them, I noticed that they hadn't eaten all of it. And when I took a closer look, I was like, that avocado was brown, 100% through and through. And yeah, like, and they were very nice. Like, they didn't complain. They didn't even say a word to me. I wish they would have told me. I felt so bad afterwards.
Kitchen being as hectic as it can get, it's easy to miss things.
Exactly.
All right, but so getting back to the show, we got the cast. We already mentioned Jeremy Allen White and Yvonne Moss-Bachrach as Richie. Some of these names I hope I'm saying right. Ayo Edebiri, who plays Sydney.
I like her a lot in that show.
Yeah, she's really good. Lionel Boyce as Marcus Brooks, the pastry chef guy. Lisa Collin as Tina, which I hated her at first. Now I love her.
No, and we'll talk about that as we start talking about the show.
Abby Elliott, who plays Natalie, also goes by Sugar. She is Carmi's sister.
Honestly, dude, it's kind of hard to keep track of who's who with how many nicknames they have.
Yes, yeah. Maddie Matheson as Neil Fack. I'll get to him.
Okay.
I love Fack. And yeah, John Bernthal, reoccurring some episodes as Mikey. And I mean, season 2, it just even goes off the rails with celebrity appearances as well with these actors. Oh my God. But so the first season had 13 Emmy nominations.
Damn.
And I don't know what it is.
I'm curious how many is the second season going to get, because I think it did nothing but improve.
I know. And I feel like that's the thing about these like small Hulu shows. For example, Atlanta, right? That wasn't a very popular show, very critically acclaimed, amazing show. I absolutely fucking loved Atlanta. Got its recognition at the Emmys as well. But again, it's one of those like smaller FX Hulu shows that doesn't get too much viewership.
No.
But they're so fucking good. It has a 8.6 on IMDb.
And it seems really weird that they don't Hulu doesn't advertise these shows that are doing so well.
Well, now that, because it's all a bundle package with Disney Plus and all that, I have noticed that for season 2, I was seeing more advertisement for season 2 of The Bear.
Because they saw how good it did.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Jesus, bro.
If you watch it, you'll probably like it. There's not much missing here.
No. But yeah, now that you've seen both seasons, what's your favorite aspect about the show? What sticks out to you the most that makes it different from other things?
Well, first of all, the writing, you can tell, is absolutely amazing.
Yes.
You can see that right on screen. Something that sticks out.
Or I mean, just you said the writing, but I mean, anything that you think that they just do super well.
Writing, honestly, cinematography is really good too.
Yeah, I have noticed that.
I really like the camera work in it.
I
mean, the character relationships that they have in the show, which I really enjoy season 2 a lot, because I feel like season 2, we got a lot of episodes that focused on
the
each
side
character. Yeah, on side characters that really offered a lot more background to them and connections as well. And a lot of foreshadowing in season 2 as well.
No, I was gonna say I would say the biggest thing that I love the most is character growth.
Yeah.
So much character growth. One of my favorites since season 1 was Marcus.
Okay.
I loved seeing him, how he went from just your average cook, your average dude working in the back of the house at a restaurant, and now he's interested in baking. He's trying to master this craft. Baking has always interested him. And
now season 2, he's making some gourmet shit.
Yeah, no, and I loved how Carmi was encouraging him.
And he wants to learn.
Yeah, he wants to learn. I think it's really cool how this little kitchen that they had of people who were just used to doing the same old shit. Now that Carmi's introduced this new lifestyle to them, they're very interested in wanting to learn.
Yeah, because like he said in one episode in season 2, why are you a cook? I was like, he just needed a job.
Exactly. Another character we see a big change is Tina.
Yes.
Tina.
I did not like Tina at first.
Nobody did.
No.
She didn't like the changes.
But she has done a 180.
Yes, she has. No, she's a middle-aged woman.
Yeah.
So she's used to doing her stuff.
Yep.
And
doesn't like being told what to do.
Doesn't like being told what to do. And, she thinks she's the shit, or she doesn't think she's the shit, but she thinks she knows what she's doing.
Right.
She doesn't need improvement. She's I know how to do this. And she's got this young girl coming in here, who's
Sydney.
Yeah, Sydney, who's the, assistant manager, whatever you want to call it, telling her. Sous chef, telling her how to do things. And obviously she doesn't like it until she realizes, even though this girl is young, Sydney, she has a lot to offer, and she has worked in some gourmet places and understands, what it's going to take to really improve the restaurant.
Okay, I want to ask this.
What?
Now that you've seen, you've had 2 seasons to kind of process these characters. Who's your favorite character on The Bear?
Who's my favorite?
Because mine has changed after watching season 2.
I don't know, man. Obviously, like Carmy, he's our protagonist and everything.
Like everyone's kind of there's a lot of protagonists in this show.
There are. I'm gonna need a minute to think about that. But who's yours then?
So after season 2, mine's Richie, bro. Richie.
I'm starting to like him more for sure. No, because he was just an asshole in the first season.
Yeah. But episode 7 of season 2 is just focused on him.
Mm-hmm.
And holy shit, you just grow to love Richie. Like you understand
where he's coming from.
Yeah, where he's coming from. And he wants to find his place.
Yes.
And he wants to succeed, but he doesn't know where to start.
He doesn't know how.
Yeah.
And the point that we see him in the first season, I feel like, is where he's like given up trying to find his place.
Yeah.
Like he's just accepted that he's a fucking loser and he has nowhere to go and he's going to be stuck at this restaurant for the rest of his life.
Bro.
And
episode 7 of season 2, like there was one point where I remember watching that episode and I like stood up like clapping for Richie because he just had his moment. Like it was his episode. It was his moment.
Yes.
And a lot of these characters that you didn't like in the beginning, they're starting to have, their 180. Where, there's a lot of great character growth in the show.
And I wouldn't say Richie has done a full 180 yet. Like he's still holding on to some.
He's probably at like 150.
Yeah. But he's still holding on to some anger, especially towards Carmy.
Yes.
Yes. But, I think towards the end of that episode 7 is where he starts to realize like, okay, Carmy's not my enemy. He's not trying to bring me down. Like he actually wanted me to come to this gourmet restaurant for a reason.
I don't know. But it was fucking good, wasn't it?
No, it was really good.
Fucking good.
That was honestly, it was so heartwarming to me to see Richie do something that he was good at and he enjoyed.
He's good at talking to people.
He's good at talking to people. And that's what he always says. And he wanted to be able to use that in something. And he just absolutely loved making those people's night. Bro, when he went and got that pizza. He killed it. And he was like, and even though, and the lady at the table, she was like, "You're amazing." He's like, "Nah, you're amazing." Like, I don't know. I just love the
He's so good at talking.
Yes, he was very good with the back and forth. And it made me happy to see him happy because I feel like he's miserable in every episode except for that one.
Absolutely.
I just freaking loved seeing him have motivation.
Right.
I loved seeing him have motivation. He's wearing the suit. He loved putting that on. He was like, he memorized all the restaurant shit. He was like tasting the stuff. He's like, that's this. Yep. Like he was on top of it, and it was so cool to see him, like be really good at something. Because everybody keeps even Sugar was treating him like, he's a child, like he's just gonna fuck everything up.
Yeah.
And maybe he's not the best. He's not good at construction or whatever, but he was good at that. He was good at people. But for favorite character, honestly, like Richie's making a comeback as like a favorite character. To be honest, I think my top 2 so far are like Marcus and Sydney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honorable mention for me, bro, is going to be Fack.
Yeah, I knew you were going to bring him up.
Fack is so fucking funny.
He is funny.
Dude, that actor, he doesn't look it, but would you ever guess that he's 41? 41?
I would guess.
Really?
No, I would guess like early 30s. Yeah, early 30s.
Amazing comedic relief for the show. But he's been obviously a lot more reoccurring in season 2 than he was in season 1.
Yeah. I like that season 2 is like showing how much like a part of the family he is though. Cause like, to be honest, I just thought he was like the goofy fix it guy.
The goofy why'd I say hinge?
Handyman.
Handyman. Yeah. He's been a part of it for a long, like that family for a long time.
Yes. And and we see in episode 6, episode 6 reveals so much.
We're going to get to episode 6.
Okay. But episode 6 shows that like he was there for, Christmas dinner with the whole family like years ago. So clearly he's been around for a while.
He's just great. He's just a great addition. And for a show that's very, like, it's a funny show, but it is such a high energy show, a lot of dramatic moments, serious moments. So he just offers a great comedic relief for the episode.
Honestly, like for this being a dramedy, I would call it more. I would call it more drama than
For sure.
comedy.
Absolutely. Let's talk about an episode. Season 2, episode 6 of The Bear, I can confidently say, is one of the best episodes I've ever seen in TV history. I'm not bullshitting.
I'm not gonna disagree with you.
That was something else.
Yeah, it was.
That was something else.
To be honest, it was impressive to me to see the actors like operate
Yeah.
in the chaos.
And have such good chemistry with each other for how many
Yes.
A-list actors
Yeah,
were in that
so
episode.
many A-list actors were in that
I
episode.
mean, obviously you have Jeremy Allen White, John Bernthal, Jamie Lee Curtis, bro.
John Mulaney,
John Mulaney, my boy Saul Goodman, Bob Odenkirk.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
I already said
did you?
Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis, this is what she should have won the Oscar for.
Literally, bro.
Yeah.
That she did.
This was a great performance by her.
She's an Oscar actress,
Right.
but not for the role she got it for.
No. Who else? Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson.
Oh my God. I mean, it is insane how many fucking amazing actors were in that episode, and they all just had such a great dynamic together.
They did.
And the episode was longer than the other ones. It was an hour long. So you got a lot of time with them.
Yeah.
And I've never felt so many emotions in a show. Like you had the downtime with Richie and his wife, and you just were starting to feel, that's when you started to feel more for Richie.
Yeah. That was I feel like that was the first tap into why he is the way he is.
And you have you have the chaotic kitchen scenes, all so much high energy, but then you have, the scenes with Fack talking to John Mulaney's character, giving some comedic relief, and then you have how the episode ended, where you just have so much anxiety,
bro. And
dude, it was just so many emotions in that episode,
and not to mention the tense scenes
Yes.
between freaking John Bernthal and Bob Odenkirk.
Punisher versus Saul Goodman.
Yeah,
It was fucking crazy,
dude. I was scared what was going to happen.
Scared.
I was scared.
Yeah.
I was like, why the fuck is he coming so hard at him?
Oh my God.
I was like, bro.
And that episode just explains so much.
Yes.
Like
it
that
does.
one episode did so much for season 1 and season 2.
And I loved that they did it this way. I
Mhm.
love that they didn't
Yeah.
start with this kind of background.
Yeah.
They didn't reveal too much.
Yeah.
Like in the first season, they just kind of threw you into this,
Yeah.
and you knew a little bit about the situation. Okay, his brother died. He's trying to restart the restaurant. Da 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 da. But as far as the intricacies of the relationships in the family,
Yeah.
we were clueless until this episode, and it just made everything so clear.
It did. And there was a lot of foreshadowing in this episode as well, too. The fork and the cannoli.
Mm-hmm.
Just so many things that make sense of why Carmy is the way he is, too.
Yes.
I was just blown away by that episode and all the emotions that came with it. But not to even mention the guy who plays Uncle Jimmy.
Yeah.
He's a really good actor, too.
Yeah,
I
he
like
is.
him a lot.
He's in a decent amount of stuff, but I
is.
just
He's in a lot of TV shows.
yes. Not like a very big screen actor, but he's in a lot
He's
of
never
stuff.
like the lead guy.
Yes.
He's always the side character, but he always does a great job. And he plays like a great uncle.
Yeah, he does.
There's a lot of those uncle features.
Especially the features of a rich uncle.
Right.
Which-
yeah.
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 No, he plays his role really well.
Do you have a favorite episode of The Bear?
I mean, yeah, it's hard to honestly, it's hard to disagree
Right.
with you on that one, but
Do you have any other ones in mind that you really enjoyed?
I really loved the solo Marcus episode.
I was thinking that.
I really liked that episode. I liked that Carmy sent him to a guy that wasn't gonna bring him down. Like he was telling Marcus when he messed up, but he wasn't
being an
just-
ass about it.
yes,
Yeah.
and I was like, I swear to God, if someone fucks with Marcus's confidence again, I'm
Right.
gonna be so mad because Carmy, discouraged him in that one episode.
Yeah.
That was a good episode of The Bear.
Oh, was that
I think that was episode.
that was the finale of
Was that the finale?
I think that was finale season 1 when he just walked out.
Yes.
Yeah, or maybe the episode before that.
I think it was the episode before when Sydney
before.
quit.
Yes.
And he was like, "Get the
Mark-
fuck off my expo."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mark was like, all right, I'm done too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
that episode was really good.
I liked, obviously, I liked the solo Richie episode a lot. But did you notice in that Richie episode when he looked at the wall and saw Carmy and that guy from Copenhagen?
Yes, I did notice that.
So there that is 3 episodes later, and now it makes sense what he was telling Marcus, how he was like, yeah, there was this, and in my opinion,
Yeah.
I think he was talking about Carmi
I
when
think
he was
talking about Carmi.
when he was talking about, there was this one guy where
started the same day as me.
yep, and I just knew at that point that I wasn't the best anymore, but I did everything I could to try to keep up with him, and I got better than I ever thought I could.
Yeah.
But he never says a name or anything or who it was.
Uh-huh.
And episodes later, I think that's the foreshadowing again that I think we found out that he was talking about Carmi.
I think he was talking about
I mean, how
Carmi.
could he not be talking about Carmi?
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know? And you got the every second counts thing, the sign
Yep.
that you see in episode 4, you
Mhm.
see it in episode 7, and then you see it in episode 10 as well. So there's a lot of foreshadowing in season 2 that I really enjoy that has good payoff to me.
And then we see more of that every second counts like trend
Yep.
when he's trying to get it down to 5 seconds when he's
Yep.
setting up the kitchen.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, just so many little things that go into running a restaurant. It's just fucking crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
At least a restaurant on this level.
Yeah.
And to be
yeah.
honest, when he
Because if we haven't been clear, by end of season 2, they're trying to open up the Bear, which is
Yeah.
the restaurant that he wanted to open up with his brother Mikey.
yes.
Um,
To be honest, I didn't think they were going for like Michelin level at first when they kept talking about the Bear.
well,
I thought they were gonna try and do just like an improved version of the beef or whatever, or like
Right.
a more average everyday,
Really?
restaurant. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But it makes sense that they're going
makes
for
sense.
Michelin. Yeah,
yeah. Well, it's really Sydney who wants those Michelin stars.
yeah, dude. But honestly, see, I feel like episode 7 was really revealing like the kind of life that Carmi had, because everything that Richie was seeing, that's something
Uh-huh.
that Carmi was going through
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see just like how many freaking details and shit. Like
So
I feel
many
like
details, bro.
even though they're telling other people's stories in season 2, I feel like it's doing a really good job of telling Carmi's stories through
Through other
Carmi's story through
characters.
other people. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Because they're learning what
mm-hmm.
he did every single day.
Mm-hmm. I know, and that's why I feel like you see when these characters go off and they have their solo episodes, they come back to the Bear and they kind of like
I'm not at the end of season 2 yet, so I'm really curious like how they all come back
right.
together.
I feel like they
but
come back and they kind of appreciate like what Carmi went through.
Yes. It's honestly like really sad to me, like seeing like when people do get, down on themselves. Like
Mhm.
Marcus got down on himself and
Mhm.
he was really motivated at one time,
Mhm.
and I don't like to see Ibrahim discouraged either.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
like
overall,
I
it's
feel
just
like
like-
I'm just like rooting for everybody, and it's
Yeah,
sad when
yeah.
they don't achieve what they're trying.
No, yeah, like the show honestly, now that I think about it, the show really doesn't have any antagonists. Like the show is full of protagonists and the antagonists are themselves.
Yes.
And I feel like that's such a relatable thing. Another
Yeah.
reason why this show is great is because, we are our biggest antagonists, I feel like, confidence in yourself,
Mhm.
that can be the hardest thing to achieve. Like I remember struggling with it for a long time.
Mhm.
And you do see that with a lot of characters. You see that with Richie, you see that with Marcus and
Uh-huh.
Ibrahim and like even Carmi,
Yeah.
So they are their biggest enemies. And so it really makes for
That
a
and
great show that you can root for every character.
Yeah, but that's their antagonist, and also just like the world, honestly.
Yeah,
just
the
like
restaurant
just-
industry.
the restaurant
Yeah.
industry in itself, just like
Needing to make money.
random shit that can just happen.
Yeah. And just
Because it seems like everything they do, it's one step forward, 2 steps back.
yeah.
Everything they do.
Oh God. That's the restaurant industry, man. It is
Uh-huh.
so hard to get a grip on it.
Nah, but I freaking love this show, man.
Could be one of the best shows in the past decade, for sure.
Agreed.
I don't know. Is there a character that you really don't like?
That I don't like.
Yeah.
Honestly, like not really. Like I mean, I guess the the brother-in-law who's like kind of annoying, but I think that's just his shtick. He's annoying.
But
He's like
see,
the outsider.
I still like him though.
Yeah, I
because
know. I
he's
think
just,
I think it's funny them making
he's
fun
try-
of him.
He's just trying to be nice.
I know.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
That makes it 8 fishes.
Yeah.
then
Of
we're
course, he brings fucking tuna casserole.
uh-huh.
Of all the things he could have brought, he brought tuna fucking casserole.
This makes us assholes. And what the fucking Natalie comes up, get it the fuck out.
Bro, she threw that
She
shit out.
threw it out of the window, out of the door.
Oh my god. But yeah, I wouldn't say
But
there's really a character
will
that I don't
say-
like.
He has this moment in episode 10 that you really like him. He'll have his moment episode 10 once you get there, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Amazingly written show.
Yeah.
Kind of what it boils down to. Obviously, great acting performances as well.
Oh, one thing I did want to bring up was I think there's a lot of really good monologues in this show, especially from Carmy. Carmy has a lot of good monologues. Have you noticed that?
You have one you thinking of specifically?
Like when actually it's been used as a TikTok sound a lot where he's like, I think that's where something just snapped, where I was like, fuck you, and I'm gonna do. You remember that speech?
That episode, season 1?
Yeah. That was in season 1.
Okay.
But there was that one, and then there's another one of him sharing with group, where
there was one in the finale that I kind of enjoy, even though it doesn't have the best outcome for a certain character. I still enjoy it.
No, but I mean, I can't think of it specifically, but Carmy does have really good monologues.
He does.
Where he's like he's telling this story, and I'm like, dude, how are you remembering all this shit? Like, I mean, I get he's a professional actor, but
right.
I'm like,
but I feel like that's also just being Italian as well. I feel like Italians are great storytellers.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? This will be fun. This is something that's fun. Okay, here's a question for the audience that was brought up in the bear. Ketchup. Does it belong on a hot dog? Because they didn't bring ketchup.
Richie
didn't bring ketchup to the kid's birthday party, and Carmy got mad. He's like, they're kids.
He was like, he's like, why didn't you bring ketchup? What kind of asshole is gonna put ketchup on a hot dog? Children, Richie. Kid assholes.
Kid assholes. Does ketchup belong on a hot dog?
Dude, I honestly, I'm twisted on this because
I think it
personally,
does.
as a kid, we didn't care. Like, to me, it was natural to put ketchup and mustard.
Right.
Like, to me, the best hot dog was ketchup, mustard, relish.
Here's the thing. You can put ketchup on a hot dog as long as there's mustard with it or relish as well. If you put just ketchup on a hot dog alone, then you're a psychopath.
Yes.
Just ketchup alone on a hot dog is, kind of crazy behavior.
And then mustard by itself is also perfectly fine. That's that's
mustard's
normal.
Fine too.
Yeah.
But I can see too, it's a show that takes place in Chicago. So, you got the Chicago style dog. There's no ketchup on that.
No.
Chicago dogs are fucking great, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
So I can see both sides. Like, if you don't put ketchup on a hot dog, that's fine. But you can't put just ketchup on a hot dog.
I agreed.
That's crazy. It's almost like that does pineapple belong on a pizza debate.
Yeah. I mean, honestly though, if you put ketchup on a hot dog, I feel like I'm not passionate enough about hot dogs where I'm like, I really give a fuck what you put on your hot dog. You know what I mean? Pizza, people, what I'm saying is if you're, the whole pineapple on pizza argument, people say oh, I'm never putting pineapple on a pizza. I'm like, why? It's fucking good. Pizza is something I'll argue with you about.
Okay.
But I don't know. I feel like hot dogs, I don't really care enough.
Or it's have you tried it?
Exactly. That's honestly, I can't remember the last time. I want to try a hot dog now with just ketchup and see what I think. Because I can't remember the last time I did just ketchup. I always do mustard or mustard and ketchup or mustard relish. I always have 2 condiments on there. And I feel like I need to try a hot dog with just ketchup to really have a solid opinion on this. Because I can't remember the last time I did that.
It was so funny. You said children assholes.
Kid assholes.
Kid assholes. Oh my God. All right. So let us know in the comments. Does ketchup belong on a hot dog? Because for some reason that has been a big argument within our group.
Yes, it has. I feel like Berto started that.
He did.
Yeah.
He brings it up out of spite too.
Yes, he does.
Because he hates it. He's like, why the fuck would you put ketchup on a hot dog? But yeah, if you haven't seen The Bear yet, please give it a watch. It is an amazing show. One of the best shows in the past decade for sure. I feel like if you like Atlanta, or if you like, those just small FX shows on Hulu that are just very well written, you'll like the show.
It's one of the rare gems that you get out of Hulu.
Right, yeah. Yeah, Hulu doesn't offer much, to be honest.
No, it doesn't. We have it as part of the Disney bundle, and that's the only reason we have it.
And I feel like all the fucking movies are locked up. Oh, you need to be part of this subscription.
Yeah,
for it.
I'm they always ask for the fucking premium subscription.
Yes,
I'm
bro.
Dude, isn't the whole point I'm watching ads?
Yeah.
Isn't that paying for
fucking bullshit,
dude? It's so many shit. It's so many things that like you can't watch. Like if I look it up, it'll be like, oh, it's on Hulu, but you have to have the premium subscription.
Or if you go on Paramount Plus, it's like, oh, I want to do like it's on the app, but it's like, oh, you need a Showtime subscription. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? So, thank God our parents have Showtime, so we could just use their cable provider.
Yep.
But I'm like, bro.
Oh yeah, I forgot we have.
Right.
Right.
That's how I was able to watch X and Pearl.
I know. I just like don't even think about Showtime though as like a streaming app.
I know. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Why are you gonna put it on the app and then just to lock it up?
Yeah.
Like, don't show it to me. It's just gonna piss me off.
Exactly. I'd rather you just not show me anything.
Oh my God. Streaming has fucked a lot of things.
Honestly, you know what they should do?
What?
On Hulu and Showtime and shit like that, they should literally just block those out. Like they shouldn't even offer them. They shouldn't even put them in your face, the ones that you can't watch without paying money.
Right. So then you get the premium subscription.
And then you have to like, if you want to pay to watch something, you go to rent. Like you go to a section that says rent and you see what they have to offer there, but just show me what the fuck I can watch.
Yeah.
Without teasing me and saying, here it is, but you got to pay.
And some apps are just still god awful at their home screen.
Yeah.
Like Showtime, you can't even fucking like search for a movie or navigate. Like it's so hard to navigate through Showtime.
Even Hulu pisses me off. Because what pisses me off is when I get onto the home screen,
it doesn't show you continue watching.
Yes, I have to scroll down to find that. Peacock does it too. Sometimes I'll do Peacock and I'll scroll down. It's not even there.
It's so
and then
weird,
I have to like refresh the app, and then it loads up the second time. I'm like, why the fuck are you not showing me my continued watching stuff?
Yeah, it's weird.
That's why I came here.
I feel like the best.
Netflix has like the best setup.
Yeah, I mean, as you would expect, kind of.
Yeah,
it's been doing it the longest.
Yeah, they've been doing it the longest, and I get like they're trying to distance themselves from Netflix.
I don't mind. Why
don't you take what works and use that, and then like separate yourself in other ways? And you're already separating yourself because you have different shows to watch.
I like Max's as well. HBO Max.
No, I like Max.
Yeah.
Even
I fucking hate that name.
Yes, I hate it too. I hate it. Literally took away what made it the app.
Yeah.
I was fine when they combined HBO Go and HBO Now. Yeah. I was fine when they combined that and made HBO Max.
Yeah.
So I was like, that makes sense. Why have two apps?
Absolutely.
And then now they just changed it because HBO just has a negative connotation. You know, it's too adult content, and we want to show that we are family friendly for everybody. I'm like, why the fuck do you need to show that? Why do you need to advertise that? Adult shows is what made you popular.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, fuck them kids. They can go watch fucking the kids area on Netflix. They can go watch Disney. Mm-hmm. Disney has, I don't know if you heard about this, but you know, Disney has a fucking streaming app that makes plenty of kid content that they're most likely going to watch that first.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Max. That shit gets me heated, bro.
Yeah. Not a very good business decision, in my opinion.
No, but anyway, yes. If you haven't seen it, go watch The Bear on Hulu. Despite
fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's really good.
So, as always, if you've made it this far, thank you for listening wherever you're listening to. Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon, Google Podcast, you name it. Make sure to give us a review. Make sure you give us a rating. Always appreciate it. Make sure to give a follow for our social media accounts. Make sure to follow us on Letterboxd that you can find in our link tree as well.
I'm trying to put more reviews out.
We do have Garrett's Letterboxd in the link tree now, and I'm not gonna lie, some people are kind of pissed because he's catching the nepotism. He's already got like over 400 followers on Letterboxd in just like 2 weeks, bro.
You being one of the people who's pissed.
Bro, it was a struggle to get to like fucking.
Did you ever even post a video about yourself though?
I don't think so.
See, that's what I'm saying. You never even posted. You would have gotten followers just as fast if you talked about it on the channel. So
I just hit 1,000.
That's your own fault.
Yeah. Kinda.
Like everybody, you're getting more followers because you posted that video about me. And they're like, oh, Garrett has one, so Blake must have one.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Just hit 1,000. So honestly, that's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, stop being mad.
So it's a great time. So if you don't have Letterboxd, it's a great time. You just review and rate movies. It's kind of just like the Film Society social media.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm. Thanks again. As always, with me, my co-host Garrett. We'll see you next time on Blake's Takes.
See you guys.